get out of here. Ta-da! There's just a tarp sitting right there. I wonder if I should take it. I should turn around and take the tarp. That gear was too high to pull out of. Hey, Doug. Oh, man, get a phone call.
majority of people are not better off, so they're just average people like me just trying to survive. So they don't want to waste their fuel just by, doing 90 on the freeway. Plus, this state doesn't like to play with speed, especially in the front. This is a no-fly state. But I am an outlaw, so I'm just kidding, I am not. I'm not an outlaw trucker. Just like the idea of it, just like a lot of women like the idea of marriage, I like the idea of being an outlaw trucker. Outlaw truckers. Well, good Monday. I'm not being outlaw trucker. I'm just being saying anything on the internet, that's for sure. I'm not stupid. Although I have been a victim of my own ignorance, I have been a victim. That's the only thing you're a victim of. That's what I try to say to my kids, it's like you're not supposed to be a victim. But regardless, we're all victims of these things. You're a victim of your own laziness. You're a victim of your poor decision making. And you are a victim of your own ignorance. That's the three things that you are a victim of. My kids, that's the only three things they're ever going to be a victim at. Other than that, you ain't never going to be a victim. No, I ain't. I mean, other outside of like, a freak accident on the road, But I mean, even then, that's not really being a victim. You're not Jay, Hit the rock button, right? It's free, bro. It's free, yo. You're supporting a hard-working dude that's trying to take care of his family. His kids, it's Christmas. Working hard to pay for Christmas, man. It's not like I got an executive job working for Anheuser-Busch making $2.4 million a year. Where, you can go out and just drop $4,000 on Christmas and, oh, no big deal, that's pocket change. I'm not rich. I'm not an executive. I mean, all these people talk about socialism, man. What was that Amanda person? She's like a multi-millionaire. She's like, we need socialism in the country. Well, I mean, if that money's burdening you that much, you give me some of it. You want socialism, give some of that money up. But she ain't doing it. That's what I don't get, man. These celebrities will talk about socialism, but they talk about how their money's a burden to them, but they don't ever give it away, do they? That's what socialism is. You gotta give your money up. You gotta give your cows up. That's why socialism has never made it in the history of mankind. Never. socialism, you know, USSR, the Soviet Union, they're the only country that implemented socialism to the full extent was Russia, and it ultimately collapsed in 1991. No other country in the world has implemented socialism like Russia. And it, like I said, it collapsed in 1991. I'm sure somebody listening will remember that. It doesn't work. But anyway, I can't remember what got us on capitalism and socialism. We ride, baby, we ride. Well, I can't talk. Hope everybody had a good weekend. My voice finally came back, so I don't know if there's new people in the live, the originals, but my voice is back. And I'm happy about that. It came back sometime yesterday. Getting off to a late battleship start here. We in the battleship. I can pass this truck. Gotta watch out. Gotta watch out for the full-grown bears out there. That one guy is, I think he's pulling slick comments, trying to get me to say that. Mike Jones, baby. You must be that 40-year-old guy. Those big YouTubers don't never comment on my stuff. They're rich already. I'm still a hard-working American. We taught it. You were taught it too. I'm retarded. I'm retarded. Todd did. We Todd did too. Durka. Muhammad Jihad. Turkey, turkey. Oh man, speaking of jihad, man, you see Australia, those guys out there? Like, how in the heck did you get a bolt action rifle and a pump in Australia when they have some of the strictest gun laws in the world? I mean, that's the religion of peace, they say. I guess that's their definition of peace these days. They changed the definition. So, like, I don't know, really. I can't really speak on it. I don't know the new meanings of peace, you know. They just change. They don't change the word usually. They'll change the definition of the word. I'm just assuming because they say that Islam is the religion of peace, and you know, I guess Australia is an example of that peace, of what happened yesterday. So I'm just assuming that's the new definition. I guess that was peace. It was two dudes. It was a dude and his dad. I think it was in Sydney, Australia. One had a pump and the other one had some kind of cheap bolt action rifle. But all I hear on stuff is like Islam is the religion of peace. So I'm assuming that's the new definition of peace. If I'm wrong, I don't know. I'm afraid to speak anymore because, you know, if you speak too much, you end up like Charlie Kirk. So I don't want to be the person that speaks truth because I might be targeted. But that's okay, yo. Because I got my 9012 piece. Now 90210 piece. It's right here beside me. They should be fed to the bears. Zoo. Televised. And maybe, hey, you know that was a father and son, and the son lived. He was 23 or 24 years young. Better slow her down, baby. There's a state trooper. They took one on the live, you know. But I mean, I don't know what Australia's political, you know, what party or whatever Australia does. I don't know who their president or prime minister or whatever they have is. I think they have a monarchy. I don't know. But I know Aussies are pretty cool folks. I don't know if they have like a right-leaning leader or a left-leaning leader. I don't know. But if they have a left-leaning leader, I'm sure the guy, you know, won't do much time at all. Even though like a bunch of people have gotten unalive movement. I don't get that kind of stuff, man. Like, I mean, technically, none of us are innocent. We're all guilty of something. You know, it might be minor things. You know, you was 19 and you was broke and you stole a Snickers candy bar, you know. Not too big of a deal. Unless you stole like a million of them or something. Not that big of a deal. Or, you know, you were doing 15 over the speed limit, something not, you know, not big deal. But when you're doing stuff like that, you know, that's a pretty big deal. Saint, you know, myself personally, you know, I'm a sinner, you know, I believe the majority of us are. I think the majority of us do try. We try to be better each and every day. You know, we fall short every day, but we try. We give it our best shot every single day. But we don't do stuff like that, and just because you believe a different way, or you believe in a Muhammad, or you believe in Jesus, whichever, you know, at least if you believe in Jesus, the majority of people ain't going to pick up a firearm and go into a crowd and start, you know, squeezing triggers. Those firearms in Australia anyway. Did they steal them somewhere? Did they smuggle them into the country? If they would have smuggled them into the country of Australia, you would think they would have smuggled different firearms into the country. But one of them's alive, and so maybe he's obviously mentally strong because of what he done. So he may be mentally strong enough to not give up any information. Unless they did like waterboarding or something. You know, because a lot of times, I don't know if I can say that T word. You know, it's Tor, and then You know, a lot of people crack under that, so I mean, that works. It does work, but some people it don't work. So they might have to do that, because I mean, if you can get up there and just start squeezing triggers on people like that, you're probably mentally strong. Because I mean, it takes some kahunas to do that. A lot of people are like, oh, they're cowards. Like, yeah, well, I don't really believe that. I mean, it takes some kahunas to just pick up something and go out there and do stuff like that. Like, you know, people that terrorizers. Oh, Australia gun laws are very relaxed. No, they banned guns. They outlawed guns back in the 90s over there, like 1996. Very few people have firearms in Australia. I'm doing all right, man. Hello, my voice is back. Yeah, like, I'm not saying terrorizers. Yeah, they are probably terrorizers. But, you know, we can't really say that. I mean, because being politically correct, Islam is the religion of peace, so I'm assuming that at least in America, that's what they make you feel like. Like how they act here, you know, like what they done in Australia. These politicians over here in the States will be like, oh, well, that's the religion of peace. That's just a peaceful, real life protest is what they did. That's what they, something along those lines is what they would say. So, I'm just assuming that that was peaceful. That's the new definition of peace. But you know, the Quran tells those people to, you know, to unalive the infidels. That's what they're supposed to do. It's right there in the Quran. They're supposed to behead them, befriend them, become their friends, have them invite you into their house, and then you're supposed to behead everyone. That's what the Quran says. The snow's gone, Manilow. It came to the United Kingdom. There's an oil well out in that field. Yeah, I know the founding fathers of Australia were convicts. They were actually convicts from Britain, from the UK. They didn't know what to do with them, so they just dumped them off in that land. And they became Aussies. So, I mean, they're pretty good people to be descendants from convicts. Snow there a lot. I don't know what that Russian said, or Ukrainian. We don't speak Russian, we speak English. Sorry. I don't know how to say sorry in Russian. It's cold today, though, Manilow. It was 5 degrees this morning. It's 27 right now. It was cold, son. Yeah, I don't think the Muslims over here are going to do much. I think they know, like, you know, there's more armed citizens than there is people. You know, more guns than there is people. I mean, they can try. I mean, it's better than what they do over there in France and England. You know, like, where was that guy ended up beheading this woman out in the street of France somewhere? Man, that's crazy. Just because she believed in a different God. That's amazing to me. That's freaking amazing. I mean, if there's a God saying that go out there and just start unaliving people because they don't believe the same way you do, that can't be a God. That, or at least the God of gods, it can't be. So, you ain't gonna change my mind. Yeah, it's sunny and blue skies, but it's cold. It's 28 degrees now. Like in the UK, raining. Probably raining, ain't it? So it's like wintertime, your rainy season. Y'all in winter too, ain't you? I know Australia's in summer right now. It's summertime. Man, I wish I had enough money where I could buy a place in Australia. So I could, buy a house and some property over there, and and in the United States wintertime, just get on a plane and fly to Australia and spend summer in Australia, and then come spring American time, I just come back to America and spend summer in America, just always be in summer. But I ain't rich, so I guess I gotta still deal with the winters. Unless I want to move to South Texas and South Florida. Although it still gets cold there too. Maybe if I played the lottery today, buy a Powerball ticket, maybe I'll win that $1 billion. So I can just buy a place in Australia, just go live in Australia for now, and fly back to America. Maybe come summer. Perhaps more exhausting than physical labor. As a matter of fact, I think it is. I'd rather do physical labor. Although I get tired doing that, but it's nothing. It's a different type of fatigue driving these trucks all day every day. And it sucks. I'd rather do physical labor than this. But labor jobs don't pay much. And you gotta work like 80 hours a week to make any money. You would think people that do the hard stuff would pay more. But, they don't. Without them, you got nothing. People that sit behind a computer desk make more than they do. I think that's a lot of bullcrap myself. Any respect to Nottingham, England. Manilow's from England. He lives, somewhere around London, somewhere. Outskirts of London. I guess he left. Where you from, my friend? I'm from the United States, in the state of Tennessee. I'm an old Tennessean. Y'all read about that the guy in the UK that he came to America. He went to Florida. He had a little business trip he had to do, and he had a little downtime, so he thought he would go out and experience firearms in Florida, you know, before he went back to England, to his home country. So he did. He found a place and he went out there and shot some firearms and had a good time, took some pictures, and he posted them to his social media. You know, he was in America firing these firearms. Having just a great time experiencing the freedom of America with firearms. Perfectly legal here in the United States. Well, you can't do that in the United Kingdom. So when he goes home, the United Kingdom authorities arrested this guy because of what he did in a different country where it's totally legal. Like, how messed up is our government right now? Well, hey, we're going to arrest you for something you did in America. Like, tell me you're stupid without telling me you're stupid. United States, you live in the United States. Where state? What state? I said Tennessee. I'm a Tennessean. I'm from the state of Tennessee. Tenness. You forgot to add one more E at the end. It's two E's. Tennessee. I got majority of Christmas shopping done this past weekend. That was just fabulous. Oh man, there was a hawk on the shoulder there. Must have got hit or something. I understand, bro. You are a great man as well, friend. Hit that like and subscribe button. Come join the family, brother. We're doing this journey together. Although I'm working right now, so you see a lot of me working. And outside of work, you see a little bit of that too. This is a channel with whatever Gunner's doing. What's he doing today? Looks like he's mowing. It looks like he's drinking beer. He just took a shot. You know, what's he doing today? Yeah, it looks like he's fishing. Shooting guns. Up hiking today. Just whatever I might be doing, working on cars. I don't ever see them, man, but I see people share videos of them, and they'll talk a little bit about them. But these guys and girls, I mean, they're obviously young. I mean, I'm young too, but I guess I'm not as young as they are. But they just get on there and they do say that mumbo jumbo stuff that don't make no sense. Make you think that they're ignorant. Like, what? Obviously they must be, because I mean, the education in America has went out the freaking window, you know. I heard like a large majority of like was in 10th, 11th grade, can't even read or write. He's like, that can't be possible. It's like, there ain't no way. Somebody told me that. I didn't even look into it. I had forgot it. Just actually came to me. It's like, that can't be possible. They gave me a percentage, and I can't remember what it was, but it was pretty high. And I was like, it can't be freaking possible for that many high school students that can't read or write. Ain't no way. But maybe I'm wrong. No, my truck's a Kenworth. W900. 18 speed. I mean, you know, I'm from the mountains. They call me a hillbilly and a redneck. I can read and write. Can't talk too good, but that's okay. The jibby, jabby. A hobby, a hobby. Kids say, you're like 20 years old, what the hell are you trying to say? Like, speak. Stop being an idiot. Stop pretending. Speak words. Maybe that's what it looks like when you have kids, but you don't interact with them at all. And they're 20 years old and they go, Jibby Jabba, Jababa. You know what I mean? But you know, if they have TikToks and stuff, they get traction though, just by being ignorant. They might not even be ignorant. That might really be who they are. You just don't know. Just might be working. Their social media platforms do good. You know, they're just good at faking ignorance. Maybe they really are. I don't really know. I don't know them personally, so I couldn't say. No, I ain't heard from Kales. I seen her in here Thursday. I think it was Thursday. Wednesday or Thursday. These days, you just never know. You know, a lot of those videos you see when you're scrolling whatever video platform you're scrolling, a lot of that stuff can be faked, staged. I saw one the other day. My sister she was watching it, and I was just listening to it. And I overheard some things on it. I was like, yeah, that's definitely fake. Somebody said something that I think a lot of people would have started swinging their fist on it, and nobody done anything. I was like, yeah, that's fake. I mean, they're participating in it. You know, they really tried, but I was like, see, you don't know if that's real or fake, because if you know, my wife was there too, and I was like, me, you, and Sky do this, we can potentially get it in our heads and act it to a T real good, as best we can to fake it, and people won't know the difference. If you do the story in a way where you wouldn't know. You can just speculate, man, that could be fake, or I don't know, could be real. Videos, I don't like those videos. Hey, but yeah, I guess there was a shooting in San Diego. A police officer was, I guess he's looking for somebody or something. And this 16-year-old kid, I guess had no, you know, he was not aware there was a cop looking for somebody on the sidewalk or something. So he was just running out of a building with a backpack on his shoulders. And as soon as he crossed the path, he was crossing the street, but out of the building, crossing the sidewalk, crossing the street. Well, the cop was like maybe within 15 feet of him, 20 feet or so. The kid didn't even see him, obviously, it's dark. And the kid didn't see him, so the officer has his firearm in his hand and he squeezes the trigger and shoots this kid in the back. So now there's a $30 million lawsuit, the largest in U.S. history, over that incident. And the police officer's on paid, not administrative leave. He's still like on duty, and I can't remember what they call it, but he's still over at work and shot some kid. I mean, it ain't funny, but I'm glad the kid's alive, though. That's wild shit, man. He had no trigger this. Shot the kid in the back, yo. Now, if you or I were to do that and shoot somebody in the back, they charge you, for first degree. You can't do that. It's so odd that, things that you can't do, I can't do, but if you have a badge, you can do it. It makes no sense. You're not supposed to ever shoot somebody in the back. Never. No matter if you're a civilian or a police officer. Like, if a civilian shoots somebody in the back, you're being charged for first degree, plain and simple. That's illegal to shoot somebody in the back. That's what I say. That's why I say rules for thee, but not for me. Because what you can't do as a civilian, a police officer can. Which technicalities here, they can't, but they do, and they get away with it. I mean, imagine you being a civilian, you're looking for somebody, and then a kid just comes out of a building, crossing the sidewalk, kind of a steady jog crossing the street, and you shot him in the back. What do you think would happen to you if you done that? What do you know would happen to you if you done that? You'd be a shit creek, son. That police officer had done that. Nope, nothing. Just $30 million lawsuit. Record lawsuit history, U.S. history. And taxpayers got to pay it. Hi, Sebastian. But, when I say things like that, what I think and all that, it just falls on deaf ears. It falls on people that really can't do anything about it. Like, even myself, I can't do anything about a lot of things. I just speak, talk about it. That's it. That's all I can do. Plus, I'm not California. But the taxpayers in California will put that $30 million lawsuit, and there ain't a damn thing they can do about it. All because of that officer's mistake. Made a huge mistake. And that's where that's the point I talk about. If you would have done the same thing he done, what would have happened to you? Because what happened to him definitely ain't going to happen to you or me. We'd be going to prison for a long time. I got a problem with a lot of the double standards. That's where my problem lies. Is the double standards. I agree there's for officers there should be very few double standards between officers and civilians. But unfortunately, there's a double standard in everything they do. Speeding, doing 90 down the highway in a 70, 95 in a 70 with no lights on. You can get a ticket for that, if not go to jail, because that's considered reckless driving. And you can go to jail for that. But not that officer. They're not allowed to drive down a road speeding like that without their lights on. Double standards everywhere. So what you have to do is you have to file a formal complaint. You gotta go to the sheriff's department and file a complaint. So you gotta have information on that vehicle, get the unit number, the registration number, and file a complaint. Don't know exactly who was on duty in that vehicle at that moment. They will know. Just like the company knows who's in this truck at this moment. Right now, they know. So all you would have to do is call the company, basically say, hey, this driver is like falling asleep, whatever, you know. And he's in unit 922. They know it's me in this truck. Am I ready for Christmas? Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm not totally ready. I gotta get a thing or two. My son is asking for a VR headset, and I asked him, I said, hey man, I didn't say man, but I said, hey, when did you learn about these VR headsets? And the first thing he said, I thought he was going to say his kids at school, and the first thing he said, it wasn't YouTube. And I kind of actually felt good about that, like, okay, I didn't tell him though. He actually didn't tell me. He never even told me. Oh yeah, he told me the day after. So I ended up asking him again. You know, I reminded him that he didn't tell me. And he said that when they traveled to some town somewhere and met this girl and went in, you know, everybody knew each other besides my wife and this girl. And that's where he played her son had a VR headset. That's where he got it. He's like, I remember doing that. That's been a while back. JMU, that's the highest percentage of NCAA history from both eligible teams. Michigan 0.723, JMU 800. Sound like JMU gonna win, boy. I'll be glad when it passes and life goes on. Yeah, you and me both, man. Hello. I never did like this holiday season, they call it, Thanksgiving and Christmas. I never really liked it. I guess somewhere probably at the age of 9 or 10, I just like it. Maybe 11, somewhere right in there. So when I got, you know, I don't know, I was 14, 15-year-old, I had friends that were older, you know, I think everybody did. And my best friend had a vehicle, and every time when it come around November, he and I would just hang out all the time. We wouldn't go see his family, we wouldn't go see my family, and it would be me and him hanging out, camping out on the rivers and lakes, and then once it all passed, we'd go home. 10 more days, right? Yeah, 10 days till Christmas. Hey. It's next week, next Thursday, I believe. Next week we won't be doing much trucking. Probably do trucking on Monday, Tuesday, and probably be off the rest of the week. And we might be able to do a little short run Wednesday, Christmas Eve. Get up early, do something real short. Might do a short run on Friday. I'll definitely work Monday and Tuesday next week. So I guess I'll be doing the lives as much as I can until Christmas around that time, and then I'll probably try to do a live at the house. I'll probably go out to the garage and have a few drinks and do a live and talk to everybody, see how everybody's doing. Try to do one on Christmas. After the kids open everything up, they'll set everything up. Hey, just a heads up for Christmas, if you're buying something, you got kids, daughter, whatever, you got a dollhouse or something you got to assemble. Let me tell you something. Depending on what it is, you may want to assemble it. Don't wrap it in the box. Make sure you got batteries. Assemble it a day or two before, because some of that stuff takes a while to put together. Two Christmases ago, we got this kitchen set or something. We spent the entire night assembling things, and so from then on I learned, like, okay, I'm not staying up all night and then sleeping an hour and getting up doing Christmas. I'm not doing it. So just be aware of what you're getting. You're going to need batteries and assemble it, like at Gabby's dollhouse, that real big one. You get that, assemble it, like start assembling it Tuesday if you can. And Christmas Eve, start, finish it. And then late at night, just take it in your house and put it up or something, if you can do that. That's what I do. And then that's the stuff that Santa Claus brought. Which, I mean, a lot of people may do that already. I don't know what people do. I just know what I do, what I don't do. Make sure you get your AA and AAAs. Make sure you know what batteries, whatever you're buying for your kids, what size batteries they take. Get them. There ain't nothing worse than having something. The kids all excited for it, and it takes like 8 AA batteries, and you ain't got none. It's terrible. Then you got to take them out of your remotes and everything else. Holidays are mainly just money gimmicks, man. It's all designed to incentivize the populace to go out and spend money. Christmas is the holiday where people go out and spend money on literally everything. Imagine the profits these companies get around Christmas. So, like, I don't think there's really much in January. February, you got Valentine's Day. Another money gimmick holiday. See, there's nothing in that. Not a lot of holidays that'll man, we got to do something to get people to incentivize them to spend money, because that's the economy. It gets people rich when you go out and spend money. So they put Valentine's Day in there. Let's make a Valentine's Day for their Valentine, the ones they love, and they'll go out and buy specifically flowers. So they probably put an ad in a commercial back in the day saying, hey, it's Valentine's Day. I'm buying a dozen roses for my mama and a dozen daisies for my missus, and boxes of chocolates and a teddy bear and a new Keurig and a Ninja. It's all money gimmicks. The only holidays I agree with, I'd agree with Christmas if they didn't turn it into a pagan holiday. It's not about Jesus no more. It's about how many gifts are you going to get? Is it going to be what you want? That's what it's about now. Hey Daniel. It's just all a bunch of money gimmicks, like Halloween. You know, when was they started making Halloween, like the 1890s or something? When this kids, they made them at home, and this kids look scary. You know, another holiday, another money gimmick holiday. Hey, you ain't cool if you ain't buying costumes and putting your kids in them and buying candy to give to the other kids. Like, you're mean if you don't buy candy to give to the kids every Halloween. Like, that's terrible to be making people feel like they're doing something wrong if they don't go out and buy 2 bags of $20 bags of candy. Those bags of candy at Walmart, $19.97. Like, are you kidding me? $20 for some freaking candy? And then you just give it away. Just another money gimmick. Hershey's and Mars makes a ton of money, I'm sure. From October all the way down to New Year's. It's money gimmicks. So after Christmas, New Year's ain't a big deal. New Year's ain't even December 31st and January 1st. It's not even New Year's. New Year's is April 1st. Then in April you got Easter, and it's all about more gifts and candy. It's like a little mini Christmas. Like, man, what's people turn something into? Just money gimmicks. And if you don't participate, you're a bad, terrible person. You're mean. That's abuse to your kids. Like, are you insane? What did they do in 1807? They didn't do shit. People wasn't spending money, so they made holidays. Bullshit holidays. People started participating. If you don't participate, you're frowned upon. That's terrible. You're frowned upon just because you don't participate in nonsense, money gimmick days. Yeah, it is, Daniel. It's all about money. It's money gimmicks. So I say that's the topic. I've been on a lot of topics. I actually thought of all these things I've been saying. A lot of people have something to say. Maybe they just totally agree with you. Yeah, you're totally right, man. I'm 100% on board with you. He's talking about the Muslims in Australia yesterday, and he's talking about a bunch of other stuff. He's talking about that cop shooting that kid in the back in California, and I guess everybody just agrees they ain't got really nothing to say about it. I don't know. Now I'm on holidays, how they're not holidays, they're money gimmick days. Just to incentivize surprise people, spend money. Like Valentine's Day, you got somebody you love, David. Your mama, you got your mama you love. You got your girlfriend or whoever it is, your sexuality. You know, and say you think the same thing, just a money gimmick day to get people to go out and spend money, put it into the economy, make the florists more wealthy, the candy company more wealthy. They've been making money since October. And go, you know, and try, just don't buy anything Valentine's Day and see what happens. Like, it's terrible. You're treated like shit. You can have Valentine's Day any day of the week, any day of the month. It ain't got to be one day. It could be May 2nd. You go out and buy flowers for your mom, or your wife, or your boyfriend, or whatever you're into. So let's say January 10th, you went out and bought some flowers and some candy and a little teddy bear for your girlfriend. Let's just say you did it like January 10th or something. So when it came February, would you still be obligated to do the same thing again? And say you didn't. Say you'd done something like that again May 20th, you know? Any day can be Valentine's Day. But, you know, you'll go to the store come about late January or the very first week of March. They put that stuff out early now. And you'll go to your grocery store and you'll start to see those hearts everywhere about Valentine's Day. Unbelievable. I don't want to be behind this guy down here in this construction, that's for sure. I don't see anyone, so. Hey, Ray, back, awesome. And I'm glad next year I ain't got a. That's the police right there. Look like. Man. At least next year, come Easter, I won't have to buy eggs. My chickens are laying eggs like crazy. And I only got 4 now. 2 of them died, unfortunately. From what, I don't know. But I got eggs like crazy. I don't buy eggs no more. I guess I should start selling them. I got a bunch of eggs, man. I got like 60 eggs. I give them away to the neighbors all the time. I got so many eggs, I don't know what to do with them. Try selling them $5 a dozen or something. I might do that. I might see how I do selling eggs. Like, hey, these are healthy eggs. You know, I raised them. Tell everybody, you know, hey, I raised these chickens from chicks. And I feed them good feed. At least you know, everybody know where the eggs are coming from. Well, hey, Gunner is raising chickens, got eggs, selling $5 a dozen. Yeah, y'all want to buy some eggs? I got some eggs, $5 a dozen. You know, if I might have too many. I might have to sell them for $3 a dozen, just to get rid of them. I mean, they last for forever, you know, as long as you don't wash them. Wash them, you gotta dry them immediately and then put them in the fridge. But if you don't wash them, they can sit on the counter forever. Well, you know, not forever, but you get what I'm saying, for a while. Maybe I should can some eggs. You should be able to can eggs. You can just about anything. Canned beef. I'm sure if you can can beef, you can. Yeah, if you can can beef, you can can eggs. Once these chickens, once they end up passing away, I'm gonna replace them with ducks. You can't have ducks and chickens. The ducks will, they will kill the chickens. You can have them as long as you can separate them and keep them separated. But you can't have them together. Sell the chickens and go get me some ducks. Duck eggs are bigger and they're more nutritious and they're healthier for you. They're hard to find, so I'm just going to buy ducks and raise ducks. Get me some mallards. They lay way more eggs than chickens do. Bigger too, more nutritious, healthier for you. But you can't find them, they're hard to find. Has anybody ever tried duck before? I've not tried duck, and I saw some duck at the grocery store last weekend, and I almost bought it, but I didn't. Has anybody tried duck? Can you tell me a little bit about it, how you prep it, how you made it, cooked it? I mean, I'm sure I can look online, but I'm on a live right now, so. I'd say it's probably about like chicken. Season the far out of it. In the oven, deep fried or something. I'll go in the oven. I'll try making chicken or duck. I do like alligator though, so if anybody's down in Florida, South Florida or Louisiana, Texas, you know somebody's got alligators, man, I'll actually love to get some. I like alligator meat. It's really good. Whether it's good for you or not, I don't know, but I just like it. It tastes good. I used to go to Louisiana back in the day, Louisiana and Florida. You can find alligator meat in certain places. And I'd always stop into a place that sold authentic alligator meat. Find them down in Louisiana, Texas, and Florida. Mainly down in Louisiana and Texas. If you ain't tried alligator and you are a carnivore, you should absolutely try real alligator meat. You'll like it, trust me. I actually didn't think alligator would be that good. I was really impressed. I was surprised, really, I was. And every time I get a chance to eat it, I'll buy it. I can get some alligator meat and some elk meat. I wonder when alligator season is. I wonder if it's like right now or something. This live, I'll have to look into that where I can find like a place that dresses alligator and sells it, which you probably won't find it, because I mean I've called around the country looking for duck eggs. Nobody has them, or they don't sell them. I guess the reason being is because salmonella is high in duck eggs or something. There's a higher chance in it. I don't know. I read that somewhere, but I don't know if that's the reason. But their duck eggs are a little bit more expensive. Diligence and find me some elk meat out west. Hey, have them shipped to me. Find some place in Louisiana, get me some alligator meat. And go to the local farmer and buy me a half a cow. Yeah, I'll be set. Then I'll have my own ducks, and then I'll have my duck eggs instead of chicken eggs. I'm gonna have to end this live. I'm gonna have to look into this stuff. Thank y'all for being here today. God bless you. Y'all have a wonderful Monday. It's almost Christmas. Hang in there. We'll get through it together, and Christmas will be over, and we can all be happy again. So make sure you got you a bottle of eggnog Christmas morning, because you're gonna need it, son. God bless you, my friends.